Teachers. The people who explain the world to us, from the Pythagorean theorem to parallelism. But teaching isn't all about grades and SAT prep. It's much more than that, and it's much more complicated. When someone talks about teachers, one of the first things that comes to mind is money. Or more accurately, a lack of money. It's no secret that educators are ridiculously underpaid. It's like saying that the sky is blue or the earth is round. Or maybe it's more of an oval shape. Who knows? Every teacher I've talked to has told me the same thing. It's not about the money. And money isn't my end goal. That being said, I can't help but dread the crippling pile of debt waiting for me the moment I receive my diploma. On a teacher's salary, how will I be able to handle this? Another thing that makes me nervous about teaching deals more with the students than with myself. I've always been a person that people tend to like, and I can get along with just about anyone. What if my students don't like me? What if they think I'm boring or bossy? Or worse, what if I keep being the pushover that I've always been? I avoid confrontation like the plague, a self-proclaimed pacifist. Because of this, I've essentially removed no from my vocabulary. This proved to be a problem this past summer. From sophomore through senior year, I volunteered for a group of middle school girls at a community center in my hometown. I became their mentor, and I loved it. I loved them like they were my sisters. So when I started job hunting to earn some money for college, I figured that the community center would be a perfect fit. Only this time, I wasn't working with 10 or so middle school girls. I was working with 20 or so elementary schoolers. Right away, I made the fatal mistake of trying to become their friend instead of their teacher. At first, this worked out pretty well. The other two teachers were stricter, so we evened out. Little did I know that both of them would quit before the end of the summer. So there I was, alone, trying to control a group of kids that already knew I was a pushover. They wouldn't listen to me. They would constantly argue with me. And I brought it all upon myself, just because I couldn't tell them no. One day, I couldn't handle it anymore. We were all gathered in one part of the room, getting the kids ready for an activity. I tried everything to get their attention, to keep them quiet, to remind them who was in charge. None of them were listening, and it proved to be too much. I broke down in tears, in front of all of them. That was when they stopped talking. A 10-year-old girl, the oldest in the group, and the one with the biggest attitude, tried to help me out. As I tried to pull myself together, choking out the words, "I'm okay," that girl looked me dead in my bloodshot eyes and said, "No, you're not." And she was right. When I finally went home that night, I asked myself a question that still haunts me today. How can I handle over 100 high schoolers when I can't even handle 20 kids? I still don't know the answer. All I know for sure is that I let myself down that day. If I let myself down, that means I'm letting my parents, my students, everyone down. After 18 years of saying yes sir and yes ma'am, and being a person that people can depend on, I don't expect anything less from myself. So what if I can't live up to those expectations anymore? What if, for once in my life, I'm not good enough? That's what scares me.